You know, it takes an interesting individual to do EMS. You have to have qualities of caring, compassion. You know, we're catching people at their worst, and when you're catching them at their worst, you know, they're not always the nicest, and you have to let that run off. I do it for the patient. You know, I want to treat that patient like they're my grandmother, my mother, my son, my daughter, or whatever it is, my wife. I've been with Western Berks for over 30 years. You know, before people called 911 when they had a true medical emergency. Nowadays, it seems like we go for everything. The biggest trends that we see coming on, our behavioral health calls have skyrocketed, and our mental health with that has gone exponentially through the roof, along with overdoses. Drug overdoses is another large one that we respond to quite frequently. You know, we are healthcare, we're public health, we're disaster ops, we're public safety, we're paramedicine. And trying to put all of that in one is the biggest thing that we have to get and predict where we can fit in is most. During COVID, our EMS agencies came together and created the Berks County EMS COVID Task Force. Western Berks initiated that program with all of the EMS agencies. We had 5-6 health systems on board. We were passing equipment back and forth with who needed what supplies, because there were services that were not prepared as such for COVID. In that essence, yes, a local department being able to guide us would have been absolutely phenomenal during the COVID break. I think where you see it is where local health bureaus can do is they're reading the needs of the local community. They're not looking at Pennsylvania as a whole or the United States as a whole. They're looking at Berks County. We'll take the R.M. Palmer incident. We had an explosion at 16:57 hours. The first paramedic on scene was there 20 seconds after it exploded. He was just leaving station from his work shift, was coming up over the hill. He was there with no equipment. The next 2 responders on scene were 2 chiefs from the city of Reading who just happened to be driving by. From there, all the resources started getting there. Everyone worked together. No one argued. No one, it was my call, it's this call, I'm in charge, you're in charge. No, it wasn't like that. It was everyone's in charge. What can we do for the betterment of our community? When that happens, that's when you see why there's a need. That needs to happen for every call, not just an explosion like that. You need to see that on the chest pain patient, on the diabetic, you know, on the mental health patient. You want to see that patient get the best quality care from the county and continue that care so maybe that patient's not a patient again. And that's the success.